Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Run, hide, fight. 3 words to describe how you should respond if you're in an active shooter or violent situation. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. Those words were sent to thousands of students at The Ohio State University yesterday and recommended by 2 universities in our area. But as Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop found out, many students don't know what it means.
There is an active shooter situation on campus. Do you know what to do?
I would assume the instructor would know what to do.
Not a clue, honestly.
Similar to stop, drop, and roll, run, hide, and fight is an important phrase.
I would be confused because I would think that they would want me to fight the shooter. That's what I got out of that.
According to the Department of Homeland Security active shooter preparedness website, it's how you're supposed to respond. Escape if you can, hide out of view, and fight if your life is in imminent danger.
When faced with an active shooter,
NDSU put this video on their public safety page, explaining how to be prepared for a shooting event, along with an emergency guide. But numerous students say they were not aware of it.
I haven't actually. I didn't know that that was a thing.
A similar video is available here on MSUM's campus. It's been viewed more than 2,500 times, but the few students we spoke with never heard of it.
I haven't heard of that or seen it or anything.
An MSUM spokesperson says the video was emailed to students numerous weeks ago, along with last year, and it's important for students to watch it. Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
We checked in with Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo Public Schools to see if they are teaching the phrase run, hide, fight. The Cass Clay Unified School Response Team is an organization formed by schools and law enforcement to come up with emergency protocols, including active shooting situations. The team is not currently using the phrase, but plan to incorporate it within the next year. More blizzard warnings and travel advisories tonight in west central North Dakota. Right now, Interstate 94 has been shut down from Mandan to Dickinson. Let's go to Justin to see if that hassle or any part of it is headed our way. Justin?
And thank you, Mike, and good evening, everybody. The good news is we still have rain showers here into the valley as temperatures still remain above freezing. Let's take a look at the maps right now from Crookston all the way down toward Fargo and Wahpeton. You're seeing temperatures mainly into the mid to upper 30s with rain, but as you can see in the final frames of this movie, the rain is starting to change to snow, and that trend will continue as we go through the evening and approach the morning hours on Wednesday, and then through the day on Wednesday. Also, we have some snow showers from Park Rapids all the way out toward Elbow Lake, but the big story is out toward the Bismarck area and into portions of western North Dakota, where they're measuring snow between 1 and 2 feet. For us, we just have a chance of some snow showers, light amounts as we go through this evening and through the day on Wednesday, as temperatures will fall back into the mid to lower 30s. And then after we get the system out of here, we are going to stay mild for this time of year and then dry out.
We were out there over the weekend. We were there Sunday night and then into Monday when it first started. And there's a definite border between Fargo and Jamestown where it's snow, then it's rain.
Yeah, we kind of thought there would be a sharp cutoff there, and most of the heavy snow out to Jamestown points west.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Remember, our Valley News Live Storm Team weather app is always here for you. Get the latest forecasts, conditions, and even follow the radar live. Now, to download it for free, just search VNL Weather in the App Store. There's a 154-page document that has details how the federal government has wasted nearly $250 million of our money. It's called Federal Fumbles, 100 Ways the Federal Government Dropped the Ball. Highlights include millions spent on an airplane for the DEA that has yet to be operational, and $500,000 for a text message program aimed at curbing chew tobacco use. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric has been looking into this further for us. Bradford, what else can you tell us?
Mike, this is the second time Oklahoma Senator Lankford has released a report like this, and it's hard to digest that some of this actually happens. Do you or your children like Snuggies? The National Science Foundation provided grants to the University of Washington. An audit finding several $1,000s of it was spent on customized Snuggies. There's also $2 million spent on a study to determine kids don't like to eat food that's been sneezed on. In 2015, 45 million people participated in SNAP, or food stamps. This report finding the USDA required stores accepting SNAP double the available section of healthy items. That included convenience stores, which now have to sell things like almond milk, shrimp, and tofu. Another item of note in the report, the government spending $80 billion to upgrade technology. But we still use 8-inch floppy disks for a computer system that controls our nuclear weapons. The Treasury Department catalogs taxpayers using code from the 1960s, and the VA tracks veteran claims using code from the 1950s. Add to that, Homeland Security in September found over 1,000 people that were naturalized citizens, even though they were ineligible. Nearly 900 of them ordered deported because of incomplete fingerprint records. 3 of those people obtaining security clearance to work in commercial airports, another 2 with direct links to terrorism. Plus, the National Institute of Health has spent $1.6 million to, quote, improve physical activity and nutrition among immigrant and refugee families in Rochester, Minnesota. I'll post the full report online for you to look through, finding out where your money is going. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
All right, thanks, Bradford. This report also points out that the federal debt stands at over $19.5 trillion. That works out to $165,000 per person. A 31-year-old St. Thomas man has been charged with arson and criminal mischief for allegedly burning down a house along with the vehicle of his estranged wife's boyfriend. According to court records, they say last month Brandon Thompson found his wife with another man. Thompson allegedly fired a warning shot at the man and then suffered a superficial wound after his wife shot at him. He remains in jail. A Minnesota firefighter was hurt after being hit by a fire truck. It happened just after 11 last night in Campbell, Minnesota. While working on a house fire call, firefighter Benjamin Lowell was hit by the truck and injured his ankle. The family of 7 who reported smoke in their home did get out safely. No word yet on the cause for that smoke. If you're caught delivering supplies to the Dakota Access Pipeline protest camp, you could be fined up to $1,000. The site is considered an evacuation area following the governor's executive order yesterday. It says anyone who chooses to enter does so at their own risk. And protesters have been notified that emergency services such as ambulances and fire trucks will not be available under current winter conditions. American Crystal Sugar Company has barred an employee from the workplace after allegedly deeply offensive comments were made about Dakota Access Pipeline protesters on social media. A post on the company's Facebook page stated that the employee made the comments online but not at work. A representative with American Crystal Sugar says this person was not a company spokesperson whatsoever. Federal charges have been filed against a woman already accused of attempted murder for firing at law enforcement at the Dakota Access Pipeline protest site. 37-year-old Red Fawn Fowlis is now charged with possession of a firearm of a convicted felon. Investigators say last month she fired 3 shots at officers and then wouldn't give up her gun. The mandatory sentence, if convicted, is 10 years in prison. On tonight's restaurant report card, we're going to let you know about some changes to how often your favorite restaurants in the Fargo area will be inspected. It has to do with the likelihood that a place could create some sort of foodborne illness based on the products that they make. Valley News Team's Cornelius Hucker shows us what restaurants will be inspected more tonight on Valley News Live at 9 on the CW and on Valley News Live 10 at 10. The National Transportation Safety Board says the pilot of a plane that crashed near the Moorhead Municipal Airport last week simply lost sight of the runway in fog. The plane ended up crash landing in a field about a half-mile short of the runway. The report says visibility was a half-mile at time with clouds 300 feet above the ground. Later on Valley News Live at 6, those bells are ringing, but more volunteers are needed. How you can get involved in the Salvation Army Holiday Fundraiser.
And taking a look at our Valley News Live Storm Team Skycam network, we're going to take you out toward Bismarck. And as you can see, they are measuring snow of 1 to 2 feet out that way. We are not seeing snow that deep, but we might have some snow on the way. Details next.